Hello everybody, I'm Jackie K. Cooper, and my entertainment rundown for today is a review of the movie Rebecca. And well, it's the remake of the movie Rebecca. And it's a movie that but it had great fame when it came out in 1940, 60 years ago. It was an Alfred Hitchcock movie starring Joan Fontaine, Sir Laurence Olivier, and Judith Anderson. Now they've made a modern version that stars Armie Hammer, Lily James, and Kristen Scott Thomas. And the old version was in black and white. The new version is in full color. And the plot, I went back and looked it up because I thought, this isn't the way I remember things happening exactly in the previous one. There are some changes in the plot in this new version. But it's about, it takes place in the late 30s, early 40s. It's about a young woman who's a companion to a rich woman. She's on the Riviera. She meets a man who is trying to get over the death of his first wife, Rebecca. The man is played by Armie Hammer. The young companion woman is Lily James. They fall in love, and he takes her back to Manderley, which is the name of the family estate in England. And the housekeeper, who was devoted to the first wife, played by Kristen Scott Thomas, the housekeeper is, there's conflict between the new wife and her, and then there's a mystery about the first wife and how she died. So that's why all the setup is. One thing that I noticed in this movie, and I had never noticed it before, they never tell you the name of the second wife, the Lily James character. Before she marries, the Maxim de Winter, you don't hear her name. He doesn't call her by her name, or at least I couldn't find that he did. You can watch the movie, tell me. But then they refer to her as Mrs. de Winter. Everything is that when he introduces her to his friends, to whatever, this is Mrs. de Winter. I just wonder, why did they keep her name a secret? Was that supposed to be some plot point or whatever? The movie, both movies are based on a novel by Daphne du Maurier. It was a bestseller many, many, many years ago. But that element, I'm not going to go back and read the book to see if it named her, but that just struck me as funny. Then there's the fact that Armie Hammer, Lily James, and Kristen Scott Thomas are in the book, and they are all talented actors. They're just, really good, cream of the crop. But they cast Lily James and they cast, Armie Hammer, and they said, okay, this is a great love story, etc. And the two actors, again, have no chemistry. I've mentioned this in other films, but in this movie, it's all about the love story. And there is no chemistry, in my opinion, between Armie Hammer and Lily James. It's just not there. I'll be interested to get your comments, feedback as to how you responded to this. This is a movie that people really got excited about. Lily James is certainly an up-and-coming star. Armie Hammer has had a good, steady rise in his career, and Kristen Scott Thomas is an actress who's been around for years and years, and just gets better as she gets older. But it's just not there. The chemistry is just not there. The movie itself is rated PG-13 for profanity and violence. I had a hard time scoring this movie because I like Lily James, I like Armie Hammer. Visually, it starts out it looks like on the Riviera, Monaco, somewhere like that, and goes back to England, and then it just doesn't snap. It doesn't have that combustible energy that you wanted it to have. So I scored it 5 out of 10. That is not a good score for a movie like this, which people in this day and age, look forward to those movies that look a little bit, above the average as far as, money spent on them and casting of stars. Sorry, Rebecca gets a 5 from me. This has been Jackie K. Cooper with today's entertainment rundown of the movie Rebecca.